We're back. I'm your host, BKP. Now, I said this. We looked at this in the 706-889-9700. If I would just pay attention, I can get this done, right? And Chief at FetcherNews.com, all the social media ways to follow the show. Immediately, do not leave at 10 o'clock, instant replay with Dave Garner. Now, I said this when the primary, when this guy won the primary in Michigan, okay? Will he upset Debbie Stabenow in Michigan? I don't know. But this is state of midterms. Republican John James, black businessman, I'm not saying black businessman, Republican businessman from Michigan. I thought that's what you're supposed to do if you're in the media, because the media cannot utter Stacey Abrams' name without introducing her as the first, you know, the possible first female black governor in the nation. Stacey Abrams. So I thought that's what we're supposed to do, right? I've been trained, right? Dog whistle. But the Republican candidate, which happens to be black, get a picture of Kanye's new clothing line, Blacksit. Okay, find me a picture of a hat or something before the show. You know, Kanye started a clothing line, Josh. Blacksit. Did you know that? Where have you been, at football games? All right, so we'll get a picture of that. Anyhow, Republican John James cuts Michigan Senator Stabenow's lead in half. Okay, underdog Republican Senate candidate John James appears to be gaining momentum in Michigan as the latest polls show the political newcomer cutting incumbent Democrat Debbie Stabenow's once comfortable lead in half. James, an Iraqi war veteran, is now trailing the incumbent by roughly 7 points, according to the latest Real Clear Politics average of polls. The split is similar in the race in Texas, where Francis, the Democrat Francis O'Rourke, is trailing incumbent Ted Cruz. Now, whether John James, now let me say this, okay, if you're all running to Nate Silverman's 532, 55, 89, or whatever report, that's ABC funded, okay? That's my opinion. I can't dig too deep at this current moment. But Nate Silverman, that is funded and packed by ABC money. Okay, now let me give you a picture here. Give me number, hell, I had him here just a minute ago. Give me number 27, okay? Everybody, you get tired of what's been moved, leaning Democrat, leaning Republican, strong Democrat. This is Charlie Cook, for a political analyst from the Cook Political Report, and they run to see the shift. Okay? This is a left-leaning organization, Charlie Cook and the Cook Political Report. If you will listen at any time, no matter who it is, NBC, ABC, no matter who it is, they will always say nonpartisan Cook Political Report. Bull. We call the bull meter on that one BS. Okay, that's the reason they started that way. See, remember what they tell you. You want you to hear nonpartisan political Cook Report, political analyzing. All right, nonpartisan think tank there, Charlie Cook, left leaning. Done. Got it? So we're over here. If James, let's say he actually has cut Stabenow's lead to 7 in Michigan. Will we be up late at night counting those extra 329 votes till like 2 in the morning? Will we be Thursday or Friday finding out it's official that James won Michigan? I don't know. I'm just telling you the blue trickle that I mean, you know yourself, you skip a rock, right? Go out there on the old lake or pond and you skip that rock across through there. For you kids, that was before you got wired up in the ears and the head and you were wearing headgear and stuff like that, playing all day. We would do this, we'd find this flat rock, just take a second for the kids, all right? We got to do this for the children. And we'd find this flat rock and we'd go out to this pond. We didn't have nothing else to do, right? So we would throw that rock across that pond and we'd watch it skip, and we would tell each other, all our buddies, when we grow up, this is what we're going to do. That's what the hell's wrong with you damn kids, all right? So anyhow, how did skipping a rock? Oh, the blue wave. Remember how when it just actually turns into, that water starts to go like that and then it just settles out in the middle of that pond? If James is 7 points behind Stabenow in Michigan at this time, they got a problem. Democrats have a big problem, and it may be the red wave, and that's why they are working overtime. We may be counting votes way up in the morning, Wednesday morning in Michigan. Maybe, okay? They want to lead you to believe that Florida is gone. Let's go with 31. Now, this is a CBS News YouGov Florida U.S. Senate 2018, okay? Mayor Andrew Gilliam of, that would be corrupt mayor of Tallahassee, Andrew Gilliam. We don't want it. Can I call you Andrew? Or would you just prefer corrupt mayor of Tallahassee that took like, took the tickets, took the ride, took the flight, took the food, whatever, from the undercover FBI agent? All right. And DeSantis, the Republican, 47-46. Then you flip over to number 32, the Upshot, the New York Times Upshot, Siena College poll, Florida governor's race. Andrew is up 48-43 to DeSantis. But DeSantis says he's got internal polling that shows he's leading in Florida. That's the governor's race. If you want me to believe that, I'm going to say billions because I don't have the dollars in front of me. If you want me to believe that the people of Florida are going to believe that this guy is not going to tack on billions of dollars in taxes to pay for his mess, that he lies and says that 3% of the top corporations are going to pay the bill, no, they're going to leave. They're going to leave you holding the bill. That's the dine and dash, baby. The dine and dash. That's what those corporations are going to do. They're going to dine because they took advantage of Rick Scott and the Florida economy for the last several years, and they're going to dash, baby. Dine and dash. Texas, number 33. Number 33, the Texas Tribune, Texas U.S. Senate, 2018. Cruz, 51. Francis O'Rourke, 45. Neil Dykeman. Okay, let's go to the Florida Senate, number 34. Upshot again, seemingly Upshot, the New York Times, sees it the Democrat way. Senator Bill Nelson, 48. And Governor Rick Scott, that's for Senate, 44. But then if you flip over to that CBS News YouGov poll in Florida, number 35, that is a no margin of error, and 46-46 in that race. Kirsten Sinema, okay, number 4, Arizona Senate race to replace the, say we're replacing the retiring Jeff Flake. Kirsten Sinema, 47, Martha McSally, 44. If you'll call me 706-889-9700, I'll tell you what's really going on in this race. Okay? I can't do it right now. I'm running out of time. That's the only reason. Indiana, number 37. Okay? Mike Braun, the Republican, is in the Senate race, 46. Joe Donnelly, 43. The independent, the Libertarian, not independent, Lucy Benton, is at 3. So it looks like he's up there. Now let me say, in the Georgia race, it's a 50. I haven't studied the other states, but Georgia is a 50+1 state, meaning you have to win 50% plus 1 vote. It don't matter. 50+1 in the state of Georgia. Ted Metz could be the Libertarian candidate for governor in Georgia, could be the spoiler. He is polling at 4%, okay? Now, I don't want to say what a runoff would mean to Brian Kemp right now, because that's like when I ask these coaches and I say about 2 weeks in advance, when I'm looking at their opponent 2 weeks in advance, they get a little upset. They want to stay focused on this week, and they don't want their kids to come off their focus for this week. So I'm not going to talk to you about what a runoff would look like, but just like this, where the Libertarian in this Senate race and the Georgia governor's race, Brian Kemp, Stacey Abrams, and now Ted Metz could be the spoiler. And if no candidate in Georgia gets 50 plus 1 votes, 50 plus 1 votes, there's a runoff, okay? Let's go to number 43 real quick, okay? Number 43, the caravan is headed this way. It will not make it here by Election Day, but it is headed this way. So do you want open borders? Do you want to continue to let these thousands of people in and their kids go into your school and you pay the bill? Because you are going to pay the bill for them. You're going to pay the bill to house those people. You're going to pay the bill to educate those people. You're going to pay the bill for their heating, everything. Everything they will get on you. Thank you, Mr. Akavani. Okay? And last but not least, okay, let's go with number 49, Saul Alinsky. Never let a good crisis go to waste, and the media is working this crisis like you would not believe. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. As soon as after these messages, do not leave. It's time for Instant Replay with Dave Garner, North Georgia's only live online Monday morning 10 a.m. sports show. Dave Garner, special look this morning at Pickers Dragons, Fannin Rebels, and the Union Panthers. Right after these messages, tomorrow morning, I will be back tomorrow morning. Whether you like it or not, I'll be here at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I'll be here at 8 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I may be going to Macon. You never know. Josh, let's go and get ready for Instant Replay.